Welcome to episode 3 of Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes, playing as Expert in the Wildlands map. First of all, congratulations and apologies if you made it through episode 2. The sound got a bit disconnected there, so hopefully I've been able to fix that up a little bit by, well, one thing, I'll make sure that the episode doesn't last quite so long, but I've done another couple of things to hopefully tweak it, but really it's probably telling me my PC's getting a bit old, so we'll probably look into that as well. Just to recap, in the very first episode we founded our first city here. Then as part of our little marathon last time, we founded our second city and found a couple of other likely sites over here and over here, although we also found a fairly nasty little beast in the way of getting up here, so it could prove challenging for our pioneer trying to get up there. Now we've got a pioneer here that is headed up to that destination. We've got another one being built. Some of you may wonder why I'm expanding madly in a grab phase mode. The game does have a mechanic to put the brakes on your expansion. That's called unrest. If we go into this city, for example, and look at the unrest, you see it's almost at 50%, so we're barely getting half of the potential of the city due to the unrest. Now, this is made up of a few things, as you can see from the tooltip here. Taxes at 21, city count penalty contributing 6, which is basically 3 per city that we've got, and as this is our second city, that's 2 times 3, 6, and territory not contiguous to capital. So that gives us our 42%. Now, obviously, the more you get, the city count penalty is going to get worse and worse until such time as eventually adding a new city will actually diminish your total production. But my message, or certainly the maths of this, if we look at it in brief, my strong suggestion is that you go mad out and grab as many as you can. And if you bear with me for a second, I'll just run through the maths of this so that you can see for yourself that it's worthwhile getting as many as you can as quickly as possible. Basically, if we say look at what the situation would be like with if you already had 11 cities and you're looking at founding, say, your 12th, 11 would be basically exactly the same as what we have here, except the city count penalty would be a plus 33. So that's what, 54 and 15, you're up to 69, leaving about 31. So what's the net benefit? You're basically at about your break even, because 31, the next city is, so sort of 11, about 11 is your break even, it looks like. So if you're about to found your 11th city, you've got 10. Sorry to change the example on you, but then just realised the maths was slightly wrong, so let's get it right. At 10 already, you've got city count penalty of 30, so that's plus 21 taxes, 51, so that's like 66, with the territory not contiguous to capital, leaving 34 benefit. The new city will come in, and your net benefit from that will be like 31, so you're sort of more or less at break even at that point. So that's assuming you do nothing about these things like this. You do nothing to reduce your unrest. So 10, 11 cities, that's quite a lot. You'll actually be quite lucky to get that before you're hampered, and you certainly can do something about it. You sort out your territory not contiguous to capital, i.e. can connect up all your territory, and you've just gained 5 more cities. Then if you look at the build queue, or potentially what you can put in the build queue. There's things like the bell tower. It takes 10% of your unrest out. Build that everywhere and you can have another 3 cities. And so on and so forth. So really, there is a mechanism so that just being big doesn't automatically make you the strongest, but it's certainly not enough disincentive to slow down growing as quickly as you can. So that's why as soon as I saw the opportunity to found a new city, I immediately changed my build queue back here in our main city to Pioneer and rushed them out. And we'll probably continue to do that until we run out of options. There are actually some other things you can use Pioneers for, which we probably will do soon. One of them is to help you make your cities contiguous, but more particularly there's resources here, these horses. What did I just do? I'm getting a bit good at accidentally clicking on things when I don't really mean it. Let's get rid of that, although I probably do mean that actually, but for now that's not really what I meant to do, so done. You can use Pioneers to build things they call outposts, which will give you a 2 radius. We'll do that once we've cleared these wolves out. We'll probably put a Pioneer here, which will enable us to access the wild horses and the iron ore. But you notice we can't actually use either of those. There's not a huge rush to do that just yet. It's probably enough talk. Let's get into the game. I'm thinking that we should clear out this wolves army and then grab these various resources while we build up everything else. So let's go. Well, we can't do that just yet. In fact, it's the end of our turn. 4 seasons. We'll eventually get the study done. You'll notice our strength isn't really all that great just yet, but we've got 4 cities, and they won't all be doing Pioneers in preference to everything else, so we'll soon get a few more studies and our research will start growing exponentially. I'm thinking I'll probably put the Tower of Dominion over here, so and I'll explain my reasoning behind that as well. Basically, if you look at this city, the details, it's a level 1 city. It's not going to get to level 2 because it's only got this 1 food. So until something changes, we're kind of stuck, and we really need it to get to level 2. You get big advantages from your cities when they level up. So if we build the Tower of Dominion there, I'll just show you what that does. You get +1 growth. That should be enough to... Oh, and it also gets rid of the unrest penalty, so that's pretty handy as well. 1 growth, 10 fame, and this is a strong place to build it because of all that production. So the 1 growth will help us get to the next level of size. The 10 fame will give us another champion, and yeah, not having that unrest is actually pretty good. In fact, I'm going to put that in the queue right now because I really do want that. And where do we want it? Yes, we do want it coming this way. That's probably the best way to join our... Not that we actually need to join now, but we don't want to head towards the bear cubs, so let's go this way. Rightio. And after that... Well, after that we probably don't even... Oh, we might need the bell tower. Bell tower or study. Perhaps the bell tower. And then probably the study. Study end up. Anyway, that's the end of this turn, and 4 seasons until we get restoration, which will be quite handy. The workshop will help boost production everywhere. Oh. Okay. This guy is sort of a way of getting a cheap... I hope it's not my scout that's running into him, but it's a way of getting a cheap additional unit if you beat this guy in single combat. So let's see what happens.